You liked that intro this time, didn't you? Welcome into another edition of the Corey Sanding Show, everybody. I'm your host, yours truly. Sorry coming at you a little late again tonight. Had to go pick up my dog from obedience school for her first day, so it was almost like picking up my daughter at kindergarten, although I don't have one at this point. But have we got a show for you today? MJ, the GOAT, the greatest player in any team sport, in any league, era, time frame, generation, turned 63 today. And we're going to celebrate by having an all Michael Jordan themed show. Yes, unfortunately, Ravens fans, we got to put some of the Declan Doyle interview stuff off until tomorrow because Michael Jeffrey Jordan turns 63. And we have a lot of moments to get into. We're getting into whether it was a better shot, Cleveland or against Utah. We're going to go into our best Jordan shoe. What's your favorite? Oh, I already got an inkling of what my favorite is, and then we're going to end with the MJ versus LeBron debate, or what little debate it actually is. So, laundry list of MJ topics there for you today. For those of you that are just tuning in, please go to YouTube, follow us there, subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it, comment please to boost the algorithm, join into the live chat later this week, and of course next week we'll be starting the live guest line calls where you'll have roughly 60 to 90 seconds to share your thoughts on any given topic, and I'll have a chance to respond, and who knows, maybe if you debate good enough, we'll be able to keep you on. So that's it for that's the rundown for today's episode. So like I said, we're here in a new space. We're still getting stuff. I'm still getting my prompter voice back, as I should say. But we're still getting everything organized. Everything's still going to be coming at you full steam ahead, 7:30 to 9 Eastern time, Monday through Thursday. So before we get into today's show, it's brought to you, of course, by our friends over at VIP Play. Those of you that don't have the VIP Play app, please go to your phone, go to the App Store or to Google Play if you use Android. If you happen to unfortunately use Android still in 2026, download the VIP Play app. Use code CoreyTN when you sign up. You get $100 in bonus bets on your first $20 wager, win or lose. Yes, you do have to place a $20 wager. Win or lose, though, you get $100 for free. I know on the Super Bowl this year, I think I brought home about $1,000 off of bonus bets. So take it for what it is. Use code CoreyTN, get you $100 in bonus bets off your first $20 wager. So, what about? I already saw the first comment about MJ and yeah. I don't know what was going on with that video, but we're not here to talk about that guy. We're just talking about the basketball player. So, first topic. Michael Jordan turned 63 today. It's hard to believe it's been so long since he stepped foot on a basketball court. I was 2 years old the last time he stepped foot meaningfully on a basketball court, which was in Game 6 against Utah. We'll get into that moment as well, but it's just crazy to think that we've come so far, and it's so far behind us now that Michael Jordan actually took a dribble on a basketball court. For those of you that don't know Michael Jordan, or that you've been living under a rock, or that you've not been to any sort of sneaker store, Michael Jordan was the cream de la crop. Everyone wanted to be like Mike. He elevated not only stature and brand for athletes, but he elevated the game of basketball to previously unseen heights. Basketball in the 90s is certainly something that's ridiculed and picked apart and nitpicked to ends meet nowadays for those that try to make the argument that LeBron's better. But the GOAT turned 63. My favorite Michael Jordan moment, and there's so many. I mean, you could go back to the shot in his freshman year against North Carolina, against Georgetown. Fast forward to the 63-point masterpiece he put up against the 86 Boston Celtics in the Boston Garden. Fast forward to his first championship against the Showtime Lakers when they took the Lakers out in 5. Magic Johnson and Vlade Divac were on their last legs, so to speak. And then you go to the next year, going up against Clyde Drexler and the Portland Trailblazers, going back-to-back. And the year after that, perhaps the second greatest finals performance ever, statistically speaking, going up against the favored Phoenix Suns. A lot of people forget that the Phoenix Suns, led by MVP Charles Barkley that year, won more than 60 games and had home court advantage in that series and were actually the favorites. A lot of people don't remember that. A lot of people weren't around to watch that. John Paxson, of course, hits the shot, but MJ averaged 41 points in that series. And until D Wade in 2006, I think it was unanimously the best finals performance we'd ever seen. Not only to fast forward to the 96 season, obviously coming back from playing baseball, winning another 3. Obviously, you had the flu game, food poisoning game against Utah in 97, and then obviously the last shot in 1998, a little subtle push-off against Brian Russell, goes up, holds the pose at the free throw line, and the rest is history. But if I had to, my favorite Michael Jordan moment, because there's so many to get into, and I didn't even get a chance, like I said, I didn't even honestly know if I was going to be able to get a show in tonight. I'm glad I was able to. I didn't really get a chance to put a lot of video clips together, which is unfortunate for us to watch them together. But those of you that know basketball and know the history of the game, know Michael Jordan's moments. And for me, I think there's nothing more symbolic than scoring 45 of his team's 87 points. Dixie. Heaven help me in animals. Her first day of obedience school clearly didn't carry over into home, did it, girl? Did it? No, don't you get up here. I guess she might want to tell you all what her favorite MJ moment is. Is that right, girl? What's your favorite MJ moment, Dixie? Was it Game 6 against Utah? Did he hold the pose? Did you like that? You guys can't see her here, but this is priceless. Are you going to jump up and let everyone see you? Yeah, we'll see if she does. But, 45 of the team's 87 points, I believe. Was it 87 or 89? One of the two. Not his greatest shooting night. Was on the back end of his prime. But what a sequence. John Stockton hits the 3 less than a minute to go. The Jazz go up 3. You think maybe this actually might be the year they get over the hump. Obviously, it's the second year in a row they've played the Bulls in the finals. They have home court advantage this time around. And John Stockton hits the 3, but they let Michael get to the rim too quick. Gets an easy layup off the glass. Obviously, we know what happened next. Comes from on the baseline. Karl Malone never sees him coming. Makes a blind swipe at the ball. Takes it. Goes down the court. Wastes a little clock. Checks it. Scottie Pippen's wide open on the wing, screaming, me, me, me. No. Crossover at the foul line. Little subtle push off on Brian Russell. They didn't call it. Of course, Isaiah Thomas did at the time. He was on the call. Holds the pose. Rest is history. Bulls win. 6 championships in 8 years. Could have been more. Who knows what would have happened if the baseball sabbatical had never taken place. But it just encapsulated Michael Jordan in one shot, in one sequence. The ability to play high-level defense. The ability to play high-level offense. When all is Dixie. When all is failing, give the ball to number 23 and he'll bail you out. That's what that proved. And the mystique of Michael Jordan will forever live in that. Hush. Heaven help me. In this shot. I actually used to have this as a poster in my bedroom. I actually probably need to reinvest in it. Look at all those horrified faces. Because he did it to them again. And there was no doubt in anybody's mind what was going to happen when that ball was released. In fact, you can't quite see it here, but there is a kid up there, if this picture wasn't black and white, that is subtly holding up 6 as this shot goes up. And can you blame him? Can you blame him? It was the cleanest rip shot I'd ever seen, aside from Ray Allen's 3 in Game 6. And the whole point of that poster is just the horrified looks on the faces of the Utah Jazz fans. I mean, you feel for him a bit, but this is just who Mike was. He was a cold-blooded killer. There was nobody in the history of sports that compares to this guy in a basketball court. The only people that you can even compare to him in terms of mythology, ideology, the way the way he almost feels like he's floating when he walks in a room is Babe Ruth or Muhammad Ali. Those are the only two that come to mind. And even Babe Ruth wasn't the athlete Michael Jordan was. Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. But he took a lot of risks. Michael never really took those risks. If you remember, he off the records quoted saying Republicans buy sneakers too. That's one thing that that's one category that hey, I'm sorry, you all. My fiance's been supposed to have a better cap on the dog when I'm doing this show, but she has not yet fulfilled her duties when it comes to that, and I am calling her out for it live on air, so hopefully she does see this, and she takes account that I need Dixie to be quiet whenever I'm on the air. If you be quiet, you don't have to go in the cage. You keep sitting here. Okay, here she's going to come into the scene. Okay, Dixie. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say who better, LeBron or Michael? Is that what you got to say? All right, baby. No, do not grab my mic. Get down. Dixie's on-air debut, you all. That is my dog. My fiance better put it as my daughter. She didn't provide an opinion, but if she did, Daddy taught her right, and MJ's the GOAT, and LeBron's not even in the same sentence. But we're going to get into the next debate. I wanted to bring up this debate because you have two different versions, and depending on who you ask, which is the shot. Older heads remember the shot against Cleveland right here against Craig Elo, and then obviously that disappeared for some odd reason. The shot against Craig Elo, you all remember, it was Game 5. It was the elimination game because remember the first round was not 7 games back then. Do or die. He misses the shot. Bulls lose, and they go home. As we all know, he made it, and the rest is history. He jumped higher than anyone in the world, given a fist bump after sinking it. Cleveland fans needed more reason to hate this guy. What's better, that shot, which practically might have in some way launched the mystique of Michael Jordan, or the cap-off shot against Utah that summarized his legacy all in one sequence? Better shot. If I'm taking one, I have to go with the Utah one. And I hate to change the graphic up so suddenly like that, but it just encapsulated everything that made Michael Michael. Is he off the court? Was he the nicest person? No. Was Michael the greatest role model off the court? No, I'd be the first to admit it. I mean, has LeBron taken his role as an activist and used his platform far better for good outside of the game of basketball than Michael did? Yeah. But as a basketball player, nothing compares to this guy. Nothing. You can give me all the LeBron longevity arguments you want. Oh, he scored more points. He played longer. Way longer. LeBron's the longevity king. I'll give him that. LeBron's only played all 82 games one time. And he can make the excuse up now that, it's harder to play nowadays because, to an extent, it probably is. You run more. Guys are more skilled. But LeBron's not sitting there playing defense. He hasn't in a long time. LeBron hasn't made an all-defensive selection since he was in Miami. That was a long time ago. Long time ago. Another reason why MJ, 9-time first-team all-defense, LeBron, 5. And I believe 5, maybe in 5 first teams or 4 first teams and 1 second team. But, yeah, I better shot, Cleveland or Utah. I got to go to the Utah shot. The Cleveland may have, people can sit here and you can revisionist history 2020, hindsight's 2020 on everything. But at the same time, man, is Michael Jordan without the 6-0 finish? I mean, but is Michael Jordan without sinking that shot? I think Larry Bird had already said that was God disguised as Michael Jordan a couple of years ago before this shot. So, I mean, does it not go in? Does it not go in? If it is, maybe does it delay the inevitable? Possibly. But yeah, more points and way less shots. I mean, Less shots. Okay. LeBron's got a different skill set. Way different. Dixie. Place. Heel. Good girl. Place. Learning new terms while I'm on the air. This is not supposed to happen, you all. This will not be a trend going forward, I promise. Dixie. Mom's getting talking to when she gets home. Dixie. You're fine. Now, what I was saying, who's the better defender? The guy that made all defensive first team 9 times and won a defensive player of the year. That's who the better defender is. I give you a hint, it wasn't LeBron. LeBron stopped playing defense in his early 30s. You can sit here, that 2016 finals. Yeah, I mean, he did. He stepped up and started playing defense then. A lot of it was help defense and blocks on smaller guards, but he didn't consistently play defense at all after 2014. That's why that put a dent in his GOAT case, to be honest. If he had racked up a few, hey, Dixie, quit bumping my stuff. Go. Dixie, don't make me have a flip out live on the air. And stop it. I did just have a flip out live on the air. But I'm going the Utah shot any day of the week. Cleveland, yeah, I may have started it, but it's all about how you finish. Start and finish, 2 totally different things. I know it might not be the most popular opinion because, everyone here loves LeBron and they'll never admit that LeBron's not as good. I guess that proves my point. But if you had to give me one of the MJ shots, I'm going with the Utah one any day of the week. And that leads us to our next topic, though, and this has nothing to do with basketball. What's the best J on the market? Man, this is a difficult question, but it's a difficult question in a good way. I got love for the ones. 1 through 5, I can give me all 5 of those any day of the week. But if I had a favorite, for me, it's got to be the 11s. I love the Jordan 11s, the Concords, the Space Jams, the regular 11s that are just plain black. Definitely got to go to the 11s. Now, the 4s and the 5s are sweet too. 1s, classic looking. Cannot play basketball on 1s. I can see now why MJ said that those made his feet bleed. I get that wholeheartedly. LeBron guarded 1 through 5. LeBron did not guard centers consistently. And when he did, he was not big enough to deal with them down low. I mean, he could on occasion, but he wasn't guarding a center all 48 minutes. And I would have loved to have seen him guard the centers back then. You think LeBron could have guarded Shaq? I don't know about all that. But, yeah, I got to go with the 11. Classic, you can wear it white, you can wear it black, you can wear it red. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the accent color, doesn't matter the shoe color. You can go so many different colorways. Now you can with the 4s too. Man, this is a hard decision, but I have to go with the 11s. Let me know in the comments what your favorite Jordan is. I know some of you don't even like them because you just refuse to buy anything Michael Jordan related, which I somewhat get. But at the same time, I mean, come on now, it's Jordan shoes. People wear Jordans that don't even know who Michael Jordan is, and they only know who he is because of said shoe. So, best Jordan shoe, I have to go with the 11. And I mean, the newer version, the newer ones, I'm a classics guy. I'm probably the only person in my age group that, I'm gonna make sure she wasn't doing something dumb over there. I'm probably the only person in my age group that thinks that Michael Jordan still is the greatest ever. To be honest, no matter where I go, it's LeBron fans. There's even a kid on YouTube who's a humongous Kyrie fan who lost me when he said that Shaq led the 06 Heat to a championship. 13 points a game in the finals, that leads you to a championship. Be my guest, but come on. What are we really talking about here? But going on, I'm sure this is the topic that everyone's been waiting on. MJ or LeBron? One game for your life. Who you taking? I think I already answered that question. I'm going to answer it fairly simply, fairly easily, and I'm not even going to refer to notes, and I'm not even going to bring up 6-0. That's what's going to trigger a lot of people. I'm taking MJ for many reasons. Scoring. Michael has 10 scoring titles. LeBron has 1. All defense. Michael has 9 first-team all-selections. LeBron's got 5 all-defensive selections. Michael has a Defensive Player of the Year. LeBron, albeit as unfair as it may be because he was robbed in 2013, does not. Michael has zero epic failures in the postseason on his resume. LeBron, there's 2 right off the top of my head that put him out of the discussion for me and has honestly put him out of the discussion for me since the second one happened. First go around in Cleveland. Games 4, 5, and 6 against the Celtics in 2010, the second round. You all remember that Game 3 in Boston. LeBron was phenomenal. 38 points, shot the lights out. A lot of people up to that point had thought that might have been LeBron's greatest game, and that was after the 48 points against Detroit in 2007 in Game 5. And what happened in Games 4, 5, and 6? LeBron disappeared. Don't know what happened. Started missing shots, started showing a little lackluster effort, and then a member of LeBron's inner circle leaks to Stephen A. Smith at the time, who was a respectable reporter with ESPN, that LeBron had to be sedated in the locker room before games 4, 5, and 6 because of a locker room issue with a teammate, Delonte West. You put 2 and 2 together there. Really? And then he does what any normal person would do and goes to Miami and joins forces with D. Wade and Chris Bosh and was great that first year. Y'all, if you remember, I'm still advocating to this day that LeBron was the MVP that year and not Derrick Rose. I think he should have won 5 in a row. Would have strengthened his GOAT case. I didn't even bring up. I haven't even gotten to that point yet. But then we remember second, third round, Boston, Chicago, hitting jump shot was wet, hitting clutch threes, hitting clutch jumpers. And then against Dallas, again, in games 4, 5, and 6. He wasn't great in games 1 through 3 anyway. LeBron just disappeared. Skip Bayless termed it chosen one turned into frozen one because I've still never seen anything like it. LeBron looked scared. He looked stressed. He looked disinterested. I can't tell you how many times he had his hands on his top of his head. He looked like me back then in a basketball game when I was a scared, skinny little white kid that was just afraid that I'd miss every jump shot I took. He's sitting there walking in like, he looked like me. And that's not someone you wanted to look like on the basketball court back then. I still to this day can't fathom who, what, when, where, why, but the weight of the world fell on him and LeBron crumbled. That never happened to Michael. Even when he was going 1-9, as you people love to point out, before he got Scottie Pippen, because Scottie Pippen was the savior of the basketball world, I guess. We'll get into that topic another day. Even then, you couldn't sit here and say, they lost because Mike just wasn't on his game. Oh, they lost because Mike, didn't take the shot or he missed the shot. Even if he missed it, he still took it, and he wasn't scared to. That Boston series, they got swept, but put up 49 in game 1 and put up 63 in game 2. What else more could you do? Orlando Woolridge was his second best player. Take it a step further. Well, that's been 3 points. Mike has 5 MVPs. LeBron has 4. Again, where are we? I haven't even gotten to championships yet. And I'm already there. Mike's the only player to win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season, and he did that in a big men's era. Yeah, just think how impossible that was. Pardon me. Scoring champ, MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season. The perfect year. Aside from obviously they didn't win the championship that year. Detroit and the Lakers were battling out at that time. But, man, now Am I sitting here saying that I was rooting for LeBron to become the GOAT? I really did. I wanted him to. I was a Heat fan. I still am, unfortunately. Again, we will talk about that more in the coming days of what Pat Riley has not done and what he debated on doing after the Heat made their last finals appearance. But it's not even coming from a place of, hey, I'm not a Jordan fan. Dwayne Wade's my favorite player. I'd rather D Wade be the greatest shooting guard of all time and MJ go kick rocks. I really would. But I have two eyes and I have a brain and I know what my eyes see. And my eyes see that number 23 from Chicago, from North 6'6", from North Carolina. His royal airness is still atop of Mount Rushmore. And I am sorry, Lakers fans, Cavs fans, Heat fans, if you still think that. Number 23 in LA is not getting there. He's going to be number 2, and he's a distant number 2 from the number 3, and that number 3 is Kareem. That's saying something. There's no disrespect about being the second greatest basketball player in NBA history. And I get Rich Paul acts like it's the most disrespectful thing in the world to say that. Sorry, Rich, it's the truth, bud. And LeBron, hey, credit to where credit's due. He's never gotten in trouble. He's been an ideal role model. I don't care if you agree with his political views or not. At least he has the courage to step up and speak out. Never once gotten in trouble, and he lived up to the hype. He will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He'll appear on the ballot for half a second before they swipe it off and say, yep, he's in. That's how good he is. I mean, he's still doing it at 40. He's playing better at 40 than a lot of people are playing. A lot of kids are this day and age. A lot of players at 25, 30. And that speaks to his work ethic. That speaks to how much he takes care of his body. And that speaks to how great he really is. But longevity king and greatest of all time are two totally different things. And apologize for hitting the mic. And we have to differentiate those two. We have to learn to differentiate those two. Otherwise, we're going to keep having these arguments. Next in line, I guess SGA will be the GOAT next, and then it'll be Wemby, and then who knows who it'll be 30, 40 years from now. But one thing I will advise any Michael Jordan fan, though, listening to this is enjoy what you got while you can. Because you say you're gonna love it when LeBron's gone, and you're not, because you're not going to get to hate watch as much, and that's going to therefore. Your love of the game is going to keep slowly and surely dropping unless you are just a hoops fan, which if you are, credit to you. It's been difficult as a Heat fan not having D-Wade anymore. I will say that. You had Jimmy for a little while, but you only wondered how long that was going to last because Pat Riley couldn't get him a second star. Pat Riley claimed he's adapted pretty well to this day and age of NBA basketball, but I don't know. I don't really agree with him. I really don't. We'll have to see. But with that being said, you all, like I said, I know it's been an impromptu couple of first episodes. We're going to have more stuff done over the weekend to make the show more polished. I do appreciate you all for joining. The website's going to be launching soon. Those of you that are interested in getting on the show, or if you have advertisement details, please email me, info@sandingmedia.com, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as humanly possible. But with that being said, you all, I'm going to get off here, perform some more dog training, see if she can place heel and hike pretty good. Other than that, I do appreciate you all tuning in. Remember, please subscribe, like the video, comment to boost the algorithm, hit that notification bell so you're notified of when we drop our daily live content here on the Corey Sanding Show, and be tuned for another announcement from Sanding Media coming in the next week. Got a new show on the horizon that we're excited to debut, so looking forward to catching up with you all then. Until then, stay safe, drink your water, lift your weights, eat your protein, and we'll see you in the next one.